Hi, it's your boy Y here, and welcome to my overly long review slash ranking slash tier list of all of the songs of Eurovision Song Contest 2024, Part 2. So strap in, girlies, because things are about to get spicier. As you guys know, this is basically the part 2 of my Eurovision 2024 tier list video. And basically in this one, I'm going to rank all of the songs from the semifinal 2. So if you guys want to see my opinion slash ranking slash tier list on the semifinal 1 songs like Croatia, Ireland, Ukraine, and more, then you might want to click on the link in the description below or somewhere up there. And yeah, if you want to know my overall opinion on the semifinal 2 songs, then stay tuned until the end. But as always, before we begin, don't forget to go like, comment, share, and subscribe because it really helps me and my channel. And you can also follow my social medias too. You know the drill. And with that being said, let's get on to the tier list! Alright, so here's the tier list so far. We got S, A, B, C, D, and F. This is my overall ranking for all of the semifinal 1 performance. So far in my top 10 we have Croatia, Ireland, Ukraine, and Slovenia. And if you're wondering who will I put in my S tier from semifinal 2, stay tuned till the end. And yeah, I guess let's get on to the tier list already. Alright, so let's start things up with Malta. They bring Sarah Bonnici with Loop. She was hella robbed. Like, I don't care if y'all think that Malta is just Chanel 2.0 and whatever. I still think Loop deserves to qualify. I feel like this is definitely one of the best girl bop that we got this year alongside Georgia. It's just basically a full 3 minutes of dance breaks and she really did a great job. The dancers also did a great job and I love to see her going from zero to hero. Initially people don't really like the song, but as the revamp come along, they were like, oh, you know what, this is cute. And honestly, as someone who is rooting for Loop since day 1, at least I'm really happy that a lot of people think that she got robbed big time. And honestly, I have the same opinion as them. And honestly, I think Malta should have qualified to the final this year. And yeah, like, this song basically got me on Loop, you know? And because of that, I'm going to put this in A tier. Okay, so next up we have Albania with BESA with Titan. This one is a mess. Like, not only that the staging didn't really fit into the song and there's little to no coordination between BESA and the dancer. I feel like the main problem that I have with this one is that I actually prefer Zemren and Dore. Not because it was sang in Albanian, no. I don't think the language is the problem. I think the melody is the problem, you know? Like, I feel like with Zemren and Dore, although the song felt a bit cliche, there's at least a proper build-up. You can tell which one is like the low and sad part and which one is like the more powerful and empowering parts. Whereas with Titan, I feel like the arrangement just felt a bit weird. And especially towards the end when it just turned into like this rave thingy, I'm not a big fan of it. It didn't really deliver as powerful punch as Zemren and Dore in my opinion. And yeah, I'm going to put this in B tier. Okay, so next up we have Greece with ZARI by Marina Satti. Like I said a million times already, mother is mothering! Like, honestly, for the longest time, this is my favorite Eurovision 2024 entry, period. I just love how chaotic it is. Marina really blends in the traditional aspect of the song with the more modern sound. And when it comes to the staging, I initially had my doubt with like this like one-shot camera thingy, but it actually turned out cute, not gonna lie, you know? Like, I like this little Instagram life aesthetic. I also love how chaotic the staging was, and although I feel like the staging could use a bit of improvement, I still think that ZARI deserves S tier, you know, like, this is definitely my most streamed Eurovision 2024 song because it's just really that addictive, you know? Alright, so next up we have Pedestal by Aiko from Czechia. Now, similar to Malta, I feel like Czechia also has like this zero to hero storyline where initially people doubt her because of the vocals at the national finals, but as the season progresses and as she proves herself more and more, she definitely served. I'm going to put this in B tier. Although I think the song is a bit too cliche, I think her effort alone is enough for me to at least appreciate the song even better. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the revamp and whatever, but I feel like the saving grace of the song is the staging and how Aiko is like improving her vocals. And honestly, if she was placed in semi-final 1, I would have easily root for her into the final, you know? But because it's in the semi-final 2, where it's actually more of a bloodshed compared to the semi-final 1, I can see why she was overshadowed by a lot of the semi-final 2 entries, you know? But regardless, I'm going to put her in B tier, and she has done an amazing job, and I really hope that we could see more of her in the future. Alright, so next up we have France with Mon Amour by Slimane. This straight up goes into the S tier. It really does felt personal, it really does felt emotional, both in the studio version and in the live version. And I'm really glad that Slimane decided to put a more intimate approach in the staging instead of this like more extravagant disco ball thingy from the music video, you know? I feel like the staging where it's just us and Slimane is just so cute, you know, and it's also felt more tender. That little part where he, you know, like he stepped back and he sang from far away from the mic. Like, that part was over the top, but at the same time, it doesn't felt too much, you know? I actually really like that. Both the staging and the studio version and Slimane's vocal is enough for me to put this in S tier, you know? Like, 4th place is definitely deserved for France this year, you know? Like, I actually really like Mon Amour. Okay, so next up we have Austria with We Will Rave by Kaleen. Not gonna lie, I was a bit underwhelmed. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd still put this in A tier. However, considering that she claims that the staging would just be 3 minutes of dance break, I just don't see it. Like, I don't see her killing all of those moves the way that Chanel did back in 2022. Like, the only part that I could consider a dance break is during the mid part where it's just full-on instrumental and whatever. However, during the performance itself, especially during her singing part, I feel like the dancing could use a bit more work. But all in all, I'm so glad that Kaleen actually proved herself and actually delivered the vocals. Although I criticized the song earlier, I still think that it's a banger, and I think Kaleen really proved herself, and I think her vocals is definitely one of the better ones in semifinal 2. And yeah, I guess that's all that I could say for We Will Rave. Alright, so next up we have Denmark with Sand by SABA. Now, this one is just your typical ballad. Like, I'm going to put this in B tier. Just like Cyprus, just like Poland and whatever, I feel like Denmark is just there. And although I admire SABA's vocals, the staging itself is just there as well, you know? Like, there's really nothing much going on other than the sand thingy and whatever. And I feel like this is going to be one of the more forgettable ones that we got this year. But that doesn't mean that it's bad though. Like, I think SABA is definitely one of the better Denmark's representation from the recent years. And honestly, if she actually qualified into the final, I wouldn't be mad, because despite this song being too inoffensive and too cliche, I think SABA's vocals alone is enough for me to give it a B tier, you know? And honestly, I wouldn't be mad if she turned out to be the actual qualifier instead of the others, you know? So yeah. Okay, so next up we have the Ray of Sunshine itself, Jako by LADANIVA, aka Armenia's entry for Eurovision 2024. This one is just pure vibe and I'm totally here for it. Like, it's so cheerful, it's so cute, it's just radiating positive vibes all around. You can tell that LADANIVA is just here to enjoy the ride, to just vibe along with the others and just have fun. And although I wouldn't really put this in my S tier, I still put this in A tier because it's really that fun, it's really that cute, you know? And although the staging doesn't really feel rural enough, like I wish there's more villager-ish vibe onto it, the colorful aspect of the staging fits well into the song, and Kaleen stage presence and also that little interaction with the audience is enough for me to put this in A tier. They really put on a show, and honestly, I couldn't stop smiling for the rest of the performance, you know? Like, it's just that cute, you know? Alright, so next up we have Latvia with Dance, Hollow. Not gonna lie, I didn't expect this to qualify at all. Back when it was announced that Latvia qualifies, I was like, Latvia? Okay, I guess. I deadass thought that the song has no chance, but turns out he managed to qualify and he managed to get a respectable place at 16. And honestly, I respect that, not gonna lie. You know, like, we love to see a zero to hero journey, where initially people thought that this wouldn't qualify, and yet somehow Latvia become like the dark horse of this year. And not to mention Don's personality and how the song actually felt personal and a bit powerful. I think I can still see why this qualified. Honestly, I'm going to put this in C tier because I feel like this song just didn't really deliver us enough. But for all it's worth, I still appreciate Hollow and I still appreciate the messaging of the song, and Dance is a lovely human being. And yeah, kudos to Latvia for breaking their NQ streak. Okay, so next up we have Spain with Nebulossa, ZORRA. I still have a love-hate relationship with this one. On one hand, I couldn't stop listening to it, couldn't stop shouting that ZORRA, ZORRA, ZORRA part. However, I just couldn't see myself putting this higher than C tier. I don't know, like, I feel like if Spain decided to send either Angie or Jorge, I feel like they would have gotten better than like in the bottom 5. Whereas with Nebulossa, I sort of knew that they would land in the bottom 5. The vocals were next to nothing. The staging is alright at best. Yes, this song is campy and whatever. However, I just don't really see the appeal of this one, not gonna lie. I deadass didn't believe people actually put this in top 10, you know? Like, yeah, sure, it's a fun song and whatever, but like, it's giving you go girl, give us nothing vibe, you know? And that's why I just put this in C tier, and I just couldn't bring myself to put this higher, you know? Like... Okay, so next up we have 1111 by MEGARA, aka San Marino's entry. Oh jeez, this one is just mess. Like, I tried to like the song, and I actually think that the studio version sounds decent. However, the live version is just not it. The vocalists don't seem powerful enough in my opinion. This song is supposed to bring the energy, the power on the stage. And yet what we got is a singer that is basically out of breath most of the times, you know? No matter how much I like this song, I still feel like there's something missing. I feel like there's really nothing from the song that really sticks out with the audience, you know? Like, there's no audience interaction, there's no part where the audience could just shout out at the stage and whatever. And even the mellow part just felt a bit too hard to follow. And that's why I'm putting this in D tier, you know? Because honestly, what the fuck is the performance? And hell, I think this is like one of the most forgettable songs. So yeah, I'm so sorry, MEGARA, I'm so sorry, San Marino. But I really hope that y'all could do better in the future. So yeah. Alright, so next up we have Firefighter by Nutsa from Georgia. Oh, now this is the girl pop that we deserve. Like, it's just 3 minutes of pure intensity. When it comes to the vocal, Nutsa slayed. When it comes to the choreography and the staging, they also slayed. This song is so hardcore, it's so intense, and goddamn, it blew me away. You know, like, I'm honestly putting this in S tier. Like, this is the type of intensity that I want, you know, like, and honestly, she was so raw. I thought she would get a higher place with the jury. However, I think what really is the weakness of the song is just that there's no part where it's easy to follow. I don't think it's catchy enough for people to just shout it out on the stage. I mean, I still like the song, I still put this in S tier and whatever, but I think I can understand why some people were put off by it. And I really hope that they could bring a similar quality, just with the more audience participation to be considered, you know? Like, I wish that the singer would interact more with the audience, so yeah. Alright, so next up we have Belgium with Before the Party's Over by Musti. Oh, how the mighty has fallen. I sort of knew that Belgium wouldn't make it because the audience were dead silent during the full performance. And two, I feel like people were really turned off by Musti's live vocals. And I sorta agree. I think this song could use a more deeper and a more concise voice. And I feel like Musti's vocal voice just isn't that deep and like that bold, you know? And not to mention that the staging doesn't really feel dark. Both with the lightings and also Musti's white shirt. I feel like it just doesn't really fit well into the song. Like, it's supposed to be like a dark and gritty song, and yet the staging just felt too bright. But in all honesty, I still like this song, especially the studio version. And because of that, I'm still going to put this in A tier. At worst, this song is a bit messy, but at best, the song is still as impactful, both in the studio version and the live version, if you really look into it. Okay, so next up we have Estonia with
Nendest narkootikumidest ei tea me küll midagi.
This one is also fun vibes, although I feel like when it comes to the meme song, I feel like this one has just felt less impactful. But I still liked it regardless, you know, like their attitude on the stage alone is enough reason why I'm going to give it a A tier. Like, they really do have fun on stage, and I love the use of this like tal harpa. I also love that little dance thingy. I think that's really cute. And yeah, this song is just pure vibe that also has a deep meaning. Like, from what I saw online, I feel like this song tells a story about how this marginalized people is constantly being blamed by the police. Like, oh my god, you have drugs and whatever. And then they were like, no. Like, it low-key sort of show how this marginalized people is constantly being blamed over something that they didn't do. But you know what, I think I get carried away a bit there. And yeah, like, overall, I think Estonia's song is really fun and it really deserves an A tier. Alright, so next up we have La Noia by Angelina Mango, aka Italy's entry at Eurovision. This one is fun, you know, like I actually really like this one compared to like the other cliche Italian entries that we got from the recent years. I'm going to put this in S tier. And although the staging can be a bit of a mess sometimes, you know, like I think there's just too many shit going on, both in the LED and also in the dancing. I still think that it's decent, you know, and I think that 7th place for Italy standard is just way too low. But alas, I think I can understand why they don't really get a higher placement than 7th. I still really appreciate it though. It's really a fun party song with a lot of deeper meaning into it. And Angelina definitely slays on the stage with her sassiness and whatever. And I think dancers also slays as well. But I feel like compared to the other S tier that we got, this one is definitely on the weaker side of the spectrum. So yeah. I still like La Noia though. And I really thought that she really deserved more, you know? Okay, so next up we have Norway with Ulveham by Gote. This one doesn't deserve last place at all. Like, how is this gets a worse result than freaking Fallen Angel? I don't get it. Like, this is actually really hardcore. This is actually really deep, and I cannot believe that both this jury and especially the televote paid them dust. You know, like, I thought that they would be they would get a better score in the televotes, but no. The staging is amazing, her voice is amazing, the combination between like the rock aspect and also the folk aspect of the song is really amazing. And honestly, I would have put this at least top 15, you know, like this doesn't deserve that last whatsoever, you know, and because of that, I'm going to put this in A tier. It's amazing. I really love the combination between the folk and the rock. They sound hardcore. And yeah, like, this song is just so amazing and it's so hypnotizing as well, you know? Alright, so next up we have Europapa by Joost Klein. This one is straight up S tier. What can I say? It's another banger that surprisingly has a deep meaning, which I love. Name another song that could make you feel joyful and sad at the same time in just 3 minutes. I just love how amidst this song being all fun and campy and shit, there's like a deep meaning of his love towards the parents and whatever. Like, I love how this song is just like a big tribute towards Joost's dad. And I almost cried during this performance, not gonna lie. It's just that impactful. You know, like, damn. It's such a shame as well, you know, like I don't understand why this song about uniting Europe and basically one of the most Eurovision friendly songs got disqualified, whereas the song that promotes killing children is still there. I don't get it, you know. Europapa is just so fun, it's so entertaining, and at the same time it's so emotional, and yeah, like Joost is amazing, and I really hope that this didn't stop him from being a superstar in the future. Okay, so last but not least, we got the winner themselves, Nemo, with The Code from Switzerland. Now, I think y'all know my opinion about this one, and I'm just going to straight up give this an S tier. This is my winner, period. Like, initially, in the studio version, I put this somewhere in my top 3, but once I saw Nemo's live performance on stage, oh, I know they're going to win. Name another person that could perform one of the most beautiful high notes ever while balancing in this like circle thingy on the stage. Name another person that could rap flawlessly while still running around and giving their 100% energy all the time, and yet they don't sound out of breath at all. The Code is just so mind-blowing. I love the messaging of the song. I think that they're one of the best winners that we got in this recent years. That's the most intense 3 minutes of my life, period. My goodness. Switzerland, you are a legend. Nemo, you are a legend. Alright, so for the moment y'all have been waiting for, let's address the elephants, or in this case, the horses in this room. How would I rank Luxembourg, Azerbaijan, and more importantly, Israel? Because I know that there has been quite an uproar about these entries lately because of how problematic they are. But as a sign of sportsmanship, I'm still going to objectively rank all of the 3 songs. But before we do that, a quick word from our sponsor! Take it away, sponsor me! Whee! Just kidding, I didn't have a sponsor. But I do want to share these links though, in case you want to help all of the people of Palestine, and in case you want to donate some money to help the cause. Go check in the link down below and make sure you donate some money for them. As you guys know, the war between Israel and Palestine, and also the war between Azerbaijan and Armenia, has been quite a distaste, especially for the Eurovision community. And it has been so overwhelming to the point where I just couldn't look past it anymore. And I'm sorry if I'm not necessarily the most political person around, and I'm sorry if I'm not being active enough in order to promote the cause. But I feel like this is the least that I can do in order to help the people of Palestine, and to an extent the people of Armenia, in order to relieve the stress and in order to show my solidarity. And because of that, I would love to share the links that you can use in order to donate, in order to support the cause. I really hope you check the link down below, and I really hope that you could donate at least some of your money to help the cause. Alright, let's go back to the video. So yeah, this is my tier list for all of the songs for Eurovision Song Contest 2024. In S tier, aka in my top 10, we have Switzerland, Croatia, Greece, Netherlands, Ireland, Ukraine, Georgia, Italy, France, and Slovenia. In A tier, we got Portugal, Serbia, Malta, Norway, Lithuania, Armenia, Estonia, Austria, UK, and Belgium. In B tier, we got Cyprus, Czechia, Denmark, Poland, Finland, and Sweden. In C tier, we got Latvia, Germany, Spain, and Iceland. And in D tier, we got Moldova, Australia, Albania, and San Marino. And yeah, I really hope that you enjoy my Eurovision 2024 tier list video. And in case you're missing out on my semi-final 1 rankings, make sure you click the link down below or somewhere up there. And yeah, I guess that's all I could say. So yeah, that is my tier list video ranking all of the songs from Eurovision Song Contest 2024 Part 2. Thank you so much for watching my video, and I'm really sorry if there's too many mistakes in it. Comment down below! Do you agree with my semi-final 2 tier list? How would you rank all of the songs from Eurovision 2024? Well, let me know in the comments down below and let's discuss it together. Now, in case you missed the video of me ranking all of the songs from semi-final 1, don't forget to go check out the link down below or somewhere up there. And of course, don't forget to donate some of your money to support the people of Palestine. I'm going to put the link down below in case you want to donate for them and support the cause. And yeah, don't forget to go like, comment, share, and subscribe because it really helps me my channel. And you can also follow my social medias too. You know the drill. And with that being said, I'll see you guys whenever I want to see you guys again, or whenever I can see you guys again. It's your boy Y signing off. Bye! I broke the code. Uh-oh.